Hey guys, Deslater Magic here, and do you like free money? Cause I like free money. There, I didn't make a clickbait title, so I made a clickbait intro instead. But it's not right clickbait, cause yeah, right clicked on it. But yeah, this is all about buy lists, and more specifically, a bunch of cards that I had no idea were worth a buttload of money that I have like 100 copies of. So I thought I'd share that information with you guys because I mean, hey, who doesn't like going around in their bedroom or card collection, wherever the hell you keep it, garage, hopefully not, and just finding free money, because free money's awesome. If you're not familiar with buy lists, you basically just reverse add the cards to your cart for the price that they'll pay you, and then hit checkout on like a major seller website, and then you mail the cards to them and they pay you. It's exactly the opposite of you ordering cards from them. It is really easy. There's no, like, you don't have to call them on the phone. There's no, oh, we'll approve it maybe, or, I mean, other than grading problems, it's pretty much the easiest damn thing ever. Oh, and protecting cards and shipping is not the easiest thing ever either, but considering the volume that I ship out, it's not hard to me. So yeah, I would encourage you guys to just look through your old collections, cards you don't need, and you might have seriously enough to buy an entire new booster box. Like, I'm not kidding. This stuff adds up quick. Especially with some of the cards I'm going to outline in this video. It's all the bulk rares and uncommons going all the way back to even Oath of the Gatewatch that I had no idea were worth this shockingly high amount of money on a buy list. So if you're thinking, oh my god, I think I have 8 of those. Oh my god, I have like 12 of those. Oh my god, I have a whole binder page full of those. Oh my god, I bought a whole bunch and opened 4 boxes. I probably have 16 of those. Yeah, you probably got some money. So this value, I can't even stop talking about it. This video should tell you quite a bit of card values that you wouldn't have expected, and hopefully encourage you to send a buy list into one of the major companies and get some cash. And seriously, all the ones I use, it's literally cash. They will like PayPal you the money. Oh, also, there's a bonus for in-store credit if you just want to buy more cards. So hey, cash or more cards. I like cash. I like owning more cards. Buy lists are fun. The 10 hours of sorting cards is not fun, but that's just me because I own several 100,000 cards. Also, I'm not going to say who these buy list prices are from because they're from a bunch of different people. I basically just checked out like 3 major buyers and looked at their prices for certain cards. And a lot of them, like, they'll pay really high for hot cards, really crap in the middle, and then really high for low-end cards, like uncommons that are 25 cents. Now, others, they pay, like, complete crap on the top end. They pay huge for the mid-range cards, all the $3, $4 rares, because that's their bread and butter. And then they pay nothing or close to it for uncommons or low-end rares. So I would say just get a pretty good list and shop around and just kind of get a feel for who you think is the best, to send your particular collection of cards in. I wouldn't usually suggest splitting it, though, unless you really are good at math and like wasting your own time. Splitting it between 2 vendors, I mean, of course. So anyway, if you haven't caught the drift yet, I'm not sure I mentioned this. This video is all about what cards went up that you can specifically get some serious dollars for in a buy list that you really wouldn't think. Now, there's one that I'm going to start with. Glint Sleeve Siphoner. I mean, even on eBay, it's about $2 a card now. Came out of nowhere. It was practically worthless before. 50 cents a piece on some buy lists, some even a little bit higher. That's cool, but it had a little bit of a presence at the tournament from what I heard. Speaking of heard, the Elephant Greenbelt Rampager. Oh god, I'm cringing over that one already. $1 a piece on some buy lists. What? I mean, it's like $1.25 per card on eBay with free shipping for this thing. I mean, unless it went up lately. And the card, as far as I know, was not heavily played in pretty much anything at the tournament. I mean, it's not like I checked every single list, but I don't think a lot of people were playing like Mono Green Energy, for example. I could barely sell the copies of the cards I had. It was one of the fastest dropping after pre-release. Or I should say after the actual release of Aether Revolt. Any budget-oriented people out there are building Mono Green Energy. I mean, that's a huge deck if you want to build like a $30 deck. It's pretty damn good, too, especially since I think like 3 or 4 cards really helped it out from Aether Revolt, and this is one of them. So it's still considered a very cheap rare, but just keep in mind that it's not all about the net decks. The net decks don't solely set the price. The number of budget players outnumber the number of net deckers at least 5 to 1 worldwide, at least. So if somebody's like, I want to build a powerful, but still good budget deck, they're probably going to target green energy, and they're definitely going to use the Rampager. So that's why a lot of shops are out, and as their inventory goes down, that's when they start upping the buy list price because they just need some. Now, one more is, of course, SRAM's expertise. It had a huge showing at the tournament, I do believe. It's just a good card. I mean, if you look at what it does, it's just a good card. But it's $1.25 on the buy list. I mean, that is high considering it's like $2.50 a piece on eBay. Now, the other one that kind of surprised me as far as rares was Yeheni Undying Partisan, 50 cents a piece. I mean, that's not bad. Oh, and I just wanted to remind everybody, if you have a foil Aether Hub, it's worth like $10 on the open market. I mean, you can get $6 to $8 for that thing on a buy list. So, yeah. I think the card itself is still about $2.50 to $3 a piece, even non-foil, so don't write those off. That's not the buy list price, that's retail, but still. Now, here are some crazy ones. Now, from here on out, I'm only going to do the ones that just blew my mind that these are still worth something. Blessed Alliance from Eldritch Moon. It is an uncommon. It is a crazy good card. It is one of the better Celestial Flare clones. Immolating Glare is probably better, but this one's more flexible, though. I mean, those side effects, or they're not called side effects. The other escalate modes are really quite good. I mean, it's very good for two white. Oh, and in fact, the escalate payment is actually too generic. 50 cents a piece for these on a buy list. 50 cents a piece for an uncommon that came out in Eldritch freaking Moon. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I found every single copy I had. I'm sending these people like 60 of them. That's $30. Now, pretty much the exact same card, which has boggled my mind ever since I saw it printed, is the Eldritch Moon Collective Effort. Now, this one's actually rare, so okay, but it's around $0.25 a piece. I mean, that's not bad if you have some floating around. Now, the one that really gets me, because honestly I thought everybody was done playing this, Gyre Reach Sanitarium. 30 frickin' cents on a buy list. Each. I think I'm sending them a pretty damn good stack of these. Oh, and while I'm at it, Handweir Battlements, 25 cents a piece. Don't forget about Imprisoned in the Moon, 20 cents a piece. Oh my gosh, like who knew that was good? I mean, I know it's a good card, I just didn't think as many people were playing it as I thought. Now, here's one that'll blow your mind. Okay, this is a rare. I'm going to switch back and forth between, rares and uncommons, but it's over 50 cents on almost every buy list for Sigarda's Aid. Who the hell is playing equipment? I mean, it must be a backup win condition in some kind of Cheerios build. Either that or people are putting it in some kind of wacky modern affinity-ish deck. I don't know. Somehow I still had a couple copies of this. Wish it was more. But then again, I think very shortly after it was released, I sold like 50 of them to a buy list for about 50 cents a piece. So not that crushed. Here's one that'll just amaze you because literally nobody is still playing a deck with this in it. Volderand Pariah. 45 cents a card. What the hell? I mean, it's a damn good card, but it must be in some kind of deck that I'm not thinking of. It certainly isn't red-black Vampire Madness. Now, moving on to Kaladesh, because, who doesn't still have those? 60 cents a piece for this particular uncommon. I bet you could already guess it. Blossoming Defense. That is a modern grade card. It is one step above Ranger's Guile, which is already cycled out. That was like a cons block card, I believe. I mean, +2/+2 and Hexproof for 1 is an instant. You just can't get much better than that. It's just like the perfect card. I think even some builds of Infect might use it. I mean, saving your creature or using it to ambush boost somebody or as a finisher with the attack boost or to survive combat with the toughness boost. I mean, it just does everything for 1 mana. It's the perfect card. So 60 cents a piece. Yeah, I'm sending them like a pound of these. Now don't forget Cultivator's Caravan, Dynavolt Tower, both 50 to 75 cents on a typical buy list. They're just good. They're just good cards. I mean, Dynavolt Tower, it's in a lot of stuff. Cultivator's Caravan, instant mana, plus you can accrue it in the future. It's just good. Now here's another one, Harness Lightning, another uncommon from Kaladesh, 60 cents a piece. I've even seen it as high as 75, I think, on certain buy lists. No surprise there. I mean, it is red staple removal. Now this one is pretty nuts. Inventor's Fair, the land that I don't recall anybody playing. 80 cents a piece on a buy list. That's almost $1 a piece. I mean, you look at what the card does. It's good. It's a good card. I just seriously have never seen anybody play it at my LGS. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'm sure somebody put it in a tournament deck somewhere. Considering they're all 3-color and Avengers Fair doesn't do anything for colors, I don't know. But hey, whatever. If they want to give me money for it, they can give me money for it. This one's pretty wild. Key to the City was 16 cents on one buy list that I saw. And it was really only one buy list. They must just really be adamant that this is a good card. I mean, you might think, oh, 16 cents. Yeah, but I had like 50 of them. It adds up. I mean, if you're going to pay flat rate, shipping in a medium flat rate or small flat rate box, cram them in there. I mean, whatever. Who cares how much it weighs? Couple extra bucks. I mean, 16 cents is high. A lot of buy list stuff is 10 cents or 5 cents. That's like the buy list staple for a subpar card. So anything that, starts flirting with a quarter, now you're talking. In fact, Lost Legacy, who the hell plays that card? 19 cents a piece. Didn't see that coming. Paradoxical Outcome, that's over 50 cents a piece, and I had a mountain of those. I mean, it's a good card. I think that one was boosted by the tournament a little bit lately. Now, no surprise here if you've been watching this kind of thing. Scrap Heap Scrounger, it's between $2 and $3. It's usually in the high 2s on a buy list right now, but that's because on eBay they're approaching $5 a card. So that's actually appropriate, but if you have a couple, I mean, you could just send in 8 of them from some boxes you open and boom, you've got some money. And almost everybody does like 20 to 30% increase in store credit. If I would have sent in my last 2 buy lists and just done store credit, I could have built basically any modern deck. So keeping with Kaladesh, Servant of the Conduit, 19 cents a card. Holy crap. I mean, the uncommons are just killing it this time around. Now we're hitting Oath of the Gatewatch. Now this is where it gets weird because you're probably thinking OGW, a box EV on that is like $35 or like nothing. I don't know. It's who the hell would open OGW right now is what I'm saying. So any OGW cards you got sitting around, you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, there's no value in there. I could look through it all and come up with nothing, right? Oh no. Are you ready for this? Because I think I could easily name this the #1 most surprising, most unbelievably needlessly expensive uncommon that came out like, frickin' 2 years ago? Grasp of Darkness. 75 cents a card, people. Oath of the Gatewatch uncommon, 75 cents a card. I am sending them a lifetime supply of these. I went and found literally every copy I own. Not just, I went through some boxes and pulled a couple. I am sending them every single one I have ever opened in my entire life. This is why I spent 10 hours card sorting. I mean, I could fill up a tank of gas a couple times with the volume of cards I'm sending just of Grasp of Darkness. Now, this one's a little bit less surprising if you think about it. Void Shatter is 30 cents a piece. That's because, quite simply, it is the second best blue counterspell that costs 3 and universally counters. Disallow blows it out of the water, but Void Shatter is colorless by itself. It's not actually blue, which is more of a thing to protect it in Modern, honestly, because there's like one cost instance that'll shut down a colorless spell. But other than that, I mean, exiling the spell, keep it out of the graveyard, bye-bye Delirium, yeah, it's just good. It's the one I would go to. Like, why would you use one that's a little bit worse? There's no reason. I mean, especially since the retail price of this card is probably $1 or less. So I have never sold my Void Shatters, considering they're uncommons, and I never thought to check those against a buy list, apparently. But yeah, 30 cents a piece. Unbelievable. The next card, I am sending them approximately 60, we'll say. Coming in at an insane 25 cents a piece, Zendikar Resurgent. The 7-cost enchantment. Yeah, and we're still in Oath of the Gatewatch, people. I didn't think this card was ever worth anything, and that's when Nissa's Pilgrimage was still legal. Like, when you could just dump 7 lands onto the field by, like, turn 4, and you could reasonably be expected to cast this naturally. I mean, when you tap a land for mana, you tap it for 1 additional mana of the type that the land produced, so 2 for 1 special, Cryptghast, love it. But then when you cast a creature spell draw card, that's pretty powerful in green. Green doesn't have a lot of card draw like that. I unfortunately could not tell you what the hell deck this goes in. For all I know, it's Tron. I don't even know. I don't even know if it's Modern or Standard. All I know is they're paying me $0.25 a piece. Yeah, that adds up. Now, I should mention that I didn't look at BFZ because I sold, instead of 75% of my BFZ commons and uncommons and rares, I sold 100% of them, pretty much. It's probably realistically 99%, but I quite literally own close to zero commons and uncommons because I sold them to a bulk dealer, and I probably should have thought, maybe I should keep some of these. So there could be some bombs in BFZ. I don't know. It didn't look like it, just kind of skimming the list. But Oath of the Gatewatch, we're still there. I can't believe it. Reckless Bushwhacker, okay? 24 cents a piece for an uncommon that came out almost 2 years ago. I mean, there aren't even words for this. I can't figure it out. Honestly, it's not even that good of a card. It must be in some kind of like modern goblins deck or something. I can't figure it out. I just can't. There are some uncommon cards in Oath of the Gatewatch that I own over 100 copies of. I opened, I think, over 100 booster boxes of it. So yeah, we've got a couple, just a couple. Unfortunately, I sold about 25,000 commons and uncommons along with the BFZs. So I'm running a little bit low on these. Let me look through the list. I mean, we haven't hit Shadows yet. That one had one big bomb. Duskwatch Recruiter, uncommon, flip card. 30 cents. Pretty easy to find because just look at your cards from the back instead of the front. It'll be the one that's a werewolf on the back. Unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of ones like Lambbolt Pacifist that look just like it, but you'll find it really, really quickly. I mean, I pulled these out so damn quick. So 30 cents a piece, that ain't bad for an uncommon. I mean, Shadows came out a while ago too, obviously. Also, Lightning Axe, 15 cents. I mean, no surprise there. Madness still kind of a thing. I don't know, people still kind of want it. It's not like the deck got any worse, it's just Aether Revolt got better. I'm just going to mix in a couple that, I don't know, you might have. Renegade Rallier, foil edition, $4 to $5 a card. I mean, who saw that coming? Trophy Mage foils over $1. I mean, sometimes as much as $1.25. That's pretty wild. Blossoming Defense foils, $2 a piece. Keep in mind, that is an uncommon. That ain't bad. Ooh, there is one huge one I missed. I pulled a ton of these. Glimmer of Genius, the Kaladesh uncommon, 21 cents a card. I mean, you guys might be thinking, 21 cents, who cares? Like, this buy list is worth so many hundreds of dollars when you put it together. Then again, I'm going to take a wild guess you guys probably don't buy as many cards as I do. But if you just look through your collection for every one of these, you burn through, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of this uncommon, that one, that one, that one. You add it up, you might have like $100, like for real. I mean, you should really look into buy lists. It's really cool. And yeah, skimming through the list, I think that might be it. I mean, obviously, Planar Bridges went up a little bit. Paradox Engines went up a little bit. They're still only paying like a quarter of their actual price, though, so that's not like amazing. I mean, I just wanted to point out some of the uncommons, especially in some of the, bulk-ish write-off rares that you might be sitting on, and wow, you've got some actual cash. So before you say, this is all pointless, all these dollar values are too low, blah, 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 I only deal in modern. Yeah, first of all, nobody cares. And secondly, I wish I could give you the buy list total. For privacy reasons, I'm not going to, because then honestly, you and the company would know who I am. But before you say, this is all pointless, useless, why am I going to send in $4 worth of cards? No, seriously, the math adds up really quick. It's kind of like reverse grocery shopping. Like, you know how you go grocery shopping, you're like, I just need a couple things for a couple meals, and then you get to the end and it's like $75 freaking dollars. You're like, what the hell? Yeah, that's what this is. I don't know if you've never put together a buy list, but it's the opposite. Well, actually, it's exactly the same thing, except they're giving you money. That would be the opposite part. So you get all this together, you add them together, and then you get this big old long list, and oh my god, $100. What the hell? Like, you get to a high dollar amount really damn quick. It is exactly the same as grocery shopping. So guys, go through your collections, look what you got, run it by a couple of the big name ones. Obviously, do not support Troll and Toad in any way because they, I don't know, in my opinion, and not meant to be a legal statement or legal assessment of their business, put SJWs ahead of Jeremy, who, by the way, is pretty much pro-everything liberal. The irony is crushing. Basically, the SJWs bitched about Jeremy. We're scared. Pull the sponsorship. Also, they screwed up one of my orders and then damaged another one of my orders. So if you needed more reasons, I mean, I'd stick to Channel Fireball, Card Kingdom, the real big ones. I'd suggest you don't support Star City Games, but they're big enough. They probably got an okay buy list. I didn't even bother checking because I hate them. I mean, it would be like doing business with Bank of America. You just don't do it on principle. They're just plain a terrible company. I don't care how competitive anything else they do or what their prices are. I hate them. The end. Also, on the same note, and I can't even say why for legal reasons, don't do business with Power 9 at all. Like the company from Wisconsin called Power 9. Yeah, just don't. The owner is a terrible person, in my opinion. So hey, let me know down in the comments section if you've had a great buy list experience. What was your highest buy list you've ever sent in, or if you just were watching, following along, and you're like, oh my god, I got $50 in cards here. Who knew? Everybody loves good stories like that. It's kind of like why the Antiques Roadshow is so popular. People are like, oh man, I just found $1,000 laying around. Woo! And hopefully, more than anything, hopefully this video helped you guys just know the prices on some cards that were shockingly high that even I wrote off as completely worthless and didn't even bother checking the price on until I'm like, what the hell. Have fun making money, and I'll see you guys next video.